This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, for some of us, heading into space is an unattainable dream, but not for a NASA astronaut visiting Dunedin. Black ice on the Crown Range Road between Queenstown and Wanaka makes driving dangerous for motorists. And farmers accidentally sold toxic swede crops will have to find other feed alternatives, according to PGG Wrightson. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. A group of Dunedin school pupils got a chance to meet a NASA astronaut when he visited the Otago Museum yesterday. Colonel Michael Hopkins was part of the crew on the International Space Station in 2013. The South Today joined with the pupils to meet the space traveller.
Yesterday, some lucky Dunedin pupils got to meet Colonel Michael Hopkins, who is a United States Air Force engineer, which means he knows all about supersonic aircraft and how to repair them. Back in 2013, he spent almost half a year on the International Space Station, orbiting the Earth at about 27,000 kilometres per hour. That's over 20 times the speed of sound. Aboard the space station, crews are expected to be multi-skilled.
So any kind of job that has to be done on board the space station, every astronaut has to be able to do that. So we don't really have specific roles that someone gets assigned like in the days of the space shuttle.
Unlike in a Hollywood film, it actually takes up to 6 hours to suit up and exit the hatch for a spacewalk. But the experience is still an adrenaline rush.
You know, I had the opportunity to go out on a couple of spacewalks, and that is stressful, right? When you are going out the hatch for the first time on a spacewalk, there's a lot of emotions that are going through you at that time. You know, the excitement of going out on the spacewalk, but then there's a little bit of that nervousness as well of having to perform in the microgravity or in the vacuum environment outside the space station.
While the views of planet Earth can be spectacular, the portholes on the space station are small and restrictive. You
know, you can look around, but you're always kind of having to adjust your position and your view as you're looking out. When you go out on a spacewalk, there's nothing blocking your view. You're literally just looking down at the Earth, and it's an incredible scene, an incredible experience, a humbling experience certainly as well.
The International Space Station is sometimes visible over New Zealand after sunset, about as bright as Venus, travelling along the sky from west to east as fast as a distant aeroplane. The current location of the station can be found on the internet. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
A 35-year-old woman has been charged with assault after spitting at police in the Dunedin cells while knowing she had hepatitis C. Acting Senior Sergeant Trevor Thompson of Dunedin says the woman was initially arrested for willful damage. In the cell she spat at 2 police officers while in processing before she was due to appear in court. Senior Sergeant Thompson says the woman is known to police. The officers took proper precautions and were both taken to a medical centre. Black ice on the Crown Range Road near Queenstown made driving dangerous for motorists this morning. Up to 13 centimetres of snow fell in parts of Queenstown, including Coronet Peak Ski Field, about 20 minutes drive from the resort. Mina Amso reports.
Queenstown looking pretty white earlier this morning. A much welcomed snow of up to 13 centimetres fell in Coronet Peak Ski Field. However, black ice on Crown Range Road near Queenstown made driving dangerous for some. The unusual snowfall made for a classic tourist's photo opportunity. The weather is looking fine come the weekend. Fine spells and a chance of shower with a low of -2 degrees on Friday. A fine day for Saturday, and for Sunday, clouds increasing and late showers. Rain is expected for much of next week. Mina Amso, The South Today.
2 men were arrested after bags of cannabis and white powder believed to be controlled drugs were allegedly found in their car after a police pursuit in Dunedin yesterday. Detective Sergeant Christopher Henderson says police signalled for a vehicle to stop on Kenmure Road yesterday evening. However, the 25-year-old male driver didn't stop, deciding to flee from police until he was stopped in Preston Crescent. Police found bags of cannabis and bags of white powder when they searched the vehicle, along with more than $500 in cash. Southland and Otago farmers left with crops of toxic weeds must use higher proportions of baleage to mitigate the situation. Human error led to over 500 farmers growing the wrong crop, but seed wholesaler PGG Wrightson has told them to make the best of a bad situation. Sharon Rees reports.
Winton farmer Phil Garraway is one of 556 farmers in Southland and Otago to be sold the wrong type of swede seed. Garraway has been left with 12 hectares of toxic white flesh HT swedes, the same swedes that were linked to poisoning hundreds of cattle in 2014.
We'd held off using HT swedes until the new variety had came out, just because we don't like the white flesh swede. We're looking for a yellow flesh swede, so it's more disappointing than anything else.
In order to reduce the risk, Garraway must reduce the nitrogen input on the crop and begin grazing at the start of winter rather than closer to spring when he intended. He also has to increase the rate of baleage on the crop, and with around 700 cows wintering on farm, it's not an ideal situation.
Putting in about another extra 90 bales of baleage over the crop, and that's just to increase the baleage percentage in the cow's diet and hopefully mitigate any factors around using the old HT swede. We've grown all the baleage on farm, so it just means that we're using it here rather than using it where we want to be using it later on in the season.
PGG Wrightson, the seed wholesaler responsible for the error, told farmers at a meeting last week that compensation would be provided, as well as a chance for affected farmers to make claims against the company. Garraway praised the company for owning up to their mistake.
They've been pretty proactive about it, trying to get on the front foot, and you know they've put their hand up and said that they've made a mistake straight away, and they're trying to meet with farmers and meet them halfway and do something about it. Yeah.
PGG Wrightson General Manager David Green hoped the company would be in a position to talk to affected farmers about compensation and claims in the next few weeks. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, a 50-hectare new residential and retail development gets the green light in Cromwell, and the latest wintry blast gets underway with a hiss and a roar, bringing thunder and lightning to Dunedin.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
Girls, get together for an indulgent day out at the Women's Lifestyle Expo. Over 100 companies under one roof showcasing fashion, beauty, health, fitness, food, wine tastings and more. You deserve a girls' day out. Check out grabone.co.nz for a 2-for-1 deal or pay $10 at the door.
Wait for seed to germinate. Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Every reason season, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
The Terminus Apartments, where heritage meets modern sophistication and where the past is Dunedin's future. These 1 or 2 bedroom apartments are fitted with modern amenities, room to move and spectacular harbour and city views. Contact us now to have your piece of luxury. At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477 1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
Free heart transmission. Please open your heart. Chi is flowing freely. Chi is nourishing. Chi is loving. Call Sunny Chin for peace in your heart.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
FPOS, point of sale and cash registers. Rent, lease or buy. Mobile FPOS and fixed terminals. Short or long-term rentals. Contact Anything's POS today. 0274 361 474.
Welcome back. A development of up to 840 homes is being planned for Cromwell. It would be on the western side of Sandflat Road, about 4 kilometres southwest of Cromwell's town centre, along State Highway 6 towards Queenstown and across the road from Highlands Motorsport Park. The Central Otago District Council's Planning and Environment Committee is considering a request from River Terrace Developments Limited to apply for a private plan change to rezone the land to allow the development. The nearly 50-hectare site would also contain a retirement village, a retail centre, medical centres and possibly a school. The directors of River Terrace Developments are Christopher and Michaela Meehan. Many Dunedin residents saw the flash from a massive lightning strike as it hit the suburb of Pine Hill last night. Or if they didn't see it, they probably heard the accompanying thunder. The South Today obtained a video of the strike as it happened.
Dunedin's day of wild weather climaxed with a bang last night as Pine Hill resident Dan Rogers was travelling along Hillary Street. By chance, he filmed a bolt of lightning strike the power transformer next to his house. The resultant power outage immediately extinguished streetlights, and the thunder was later described as having been deafening. The lightning flash was seen by many across the city. It came after a day of extreme weather that affected much of the country. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
Public Health South has now confirmed 2 new cases of measles, one in Nelson and one in Christchurch. The Canterbury DHB says the new cases are related to the 3 at Queenstown Airport. Mina Amso has the story.
It's still unknown how many people have been exposed to the 3 people who have been confirmed as having measles after this week's outbreak, centred around Queenstown Airport. Southern District Health Board Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Marion Poor, says public health officials are following up with close family contacts to find out the exact number.
We ask them if they are at risk. In other words, have they been vaccinated or have they ever had measles? And then we provide advice. For all of those cases, there's going to be a different number of people. We at this point are still working through that list, so I can't actually give you a full summary at this point of the number of close contacts.
2 adults and a 13-month-old baby contracted the disease after being exposed to an unknown infectious case at the airport about 3 weeks ago. Dr. Poor says the 3 cases aren't related to each other, but 2 of the confirmed cases caught the same flight.
2 of those cases left Queenstown to go on a flight, and 1 of the cases didn't leave Queenstown on a flight.
The 3 cases, none of which were immunised to measles, were reported in Queenstown, Wanaka and Christchurch, prompting both the Southern and Canterbury District Health Boards and Queenstown Airport to put out an alert. Measles symptoms include dry cough, runny nose, headache, fever over 38.5 degrees, a red blotchy rash on the face that moves to the chest and arms, and the rash starts on day 4 to 5 of the illness.
Measles is highly infectious, but the vaccination is very, very effective at preventing illness.
People are immune if they have received 2 doses of the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine, have had a measles illness previously, or were born before 1969. Officials say those unimmunised and exposed to any of the 3 cases are most likely to show symptoms of the illness between the 10th and the 20th of April. Mina Amso, The South Today.
2 Southland disability service providers are helping to change the atmosphere in the disability sector by working together. Koha Kai were the proud recipients of brand new uniforms today, donated by Invercargill's IHC. Sharon Rees reports.
They may be 2 different disability service providers, but they're working towards the same goal, which is why Invercargill's IHC lent a helping hand to Koha Kai today. IHC staff approached Koha Kai founder Janice Lee just 1 month ago to offer their assistance, and today donated around $1,500 worth of new uniforms to the organisation. And Lee said it couldn't have come at a better time.
For them to give us these uniforms to support what we do is absolutely wonderful. We had a shirt returned to us the other day and it had all the top part ripped off and things like that, and it's like, oh dear, you know, so it's just been tremendous. And it's such a short time since they said, you know what, how can we help you? And we're saying uniforms. And then they just turned up with all of these, and it was just brilliant.
She said the collaboration showed organisations in the disability sector were starting to work together to achieve their collective goals.
I think the whole atmosphere in the disability sector is changing, and more of us are recognising that we're all in the same space and we're all wanting the best thing for the people. People with intellectual disabilities, we want to change society's attitude to disability, and it starts with us and us leading the way.
Once the uniforms were handed over, staff were quick to get sized up and into their new uniforms. Lee said she would find a way to live up to the name and idea of Koha and reciprocate the generosity of IHC. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, the Dunedin Hospital rebuild will place pressure on housing in the region, but could this be a social housing opportunity? And Kings High students sing for their supper or a free meal?
"135 Cumberland Street is a brand new, recently listed Category 1 heritage building right in Dunedin's warehouse precinct. Only a short walk to the Octagon in the central city. These are warm, well-insulated, self-contained apartments with all you need for a short or long stay. With beautiful views onto the harbour, these Airbnbs at 135 Cumberland Street come highly recommended for your stay in Dunedin. At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477-1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas, and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington. Why wait for seed to germinate? Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Oh, I'm not happy with this product demonstration, Ralphie. Oh, relax. It's all about balance. The balance between softness and strength. And my balance is perfect.
So we won't fall.
Of course not.
Hi, Ralphie.
Oh, hey there. Whoa.
You fell for it.
Yep, I fell for it.
Cotton Softs. Softness and strength you can trust.
I'm cotton soft on the environment too.
Thanks for staying with us. The man convening Dunedin Hospital's rebuild thinks that there is money to be made in housing out-of-town workers during the project. Pete Hodgins says the $1.6 billion project will employ several hundred workers from outside Dunedin who will need to be accommodated somewhere. He is suggesting the city will see an increased demand for housing from both families and single workers once the construction begins. A solution would be to build accommodation that could be turned into social housing once the rebuild is complete. If you could get a free lunch by singing for it in a crowded school cafe, would you? Ordering hot dogs, a fizzy drink, some chips and maybe a couple of bananas while singing in full operatic voice is not an easy thing to do, but some gave it a try.
King's High School head of drama Jo Harford challenged pupils to order their lunch in song form from the canteen where she was on duty, and a few rose to the occasion. And Jo Harford herself paid for the lunches of the kids who were game enough to give it a go. Zach Bell was among those belting it out for a free feed.
I remember I was sitting in drama class and Miss said if you go up and sing in a musical fashion you can get free food. So I went and I gave it a try and it worked. So I got a free hot dog and other stuff.
Jo Harford says it cost her around $20, but has been worth it to discover talented performers at the school. It's run as one singing order per day, so young Master Bell had only one regret.
Apparently there's only a one-time limit, so I was like I should have ordered more when I first did it. Yeah.
So while some had to pay for their lunch in the conventional way, fortune and free food favoured the brave, proving it's possible to sing when you're winning and also to win when you're singing. Harold Baser, The South Today.
Thank you.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. NASA spaceman Michael Hopkins landed in Dunedin yesterday, where a group of Dunedin school pupils got a chance to meet him. Up to 13 centimetres of snow fell in parts of Queenstown, including Coronet Peak ski field and on the nearby Crown Range in the year's first wintry blast. And Southland and Otago farmers left with crops of toxic Swedes must use high proportions of baleage to feed their stock. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome Barry Stewart, what have you got for
Melissa.
us?
A Kiwi Rail safety measure may have put paid to plans for a cycleway but linking Dunedin and Central Otago. So you can read more about that in the ODT tomorrow. An Oamaru sex offender is considered so dangerous by corrections, they want to monitor him for the next decade. So more on that in the paper tomorrow. Of course, we had, not as bad as Auckland, but we had some weather yesterday, didn't we, and a bit today. So we have a wrap of all the action, including lightning strikes.
That was a fantastic lightning strike.
I missed it, but I've heard all about it. Otago Regional Council considering a rate rise of 19.5%, and the suggestion was just think of it as 2 cups of coffee when considering that issue. So that's how it was discussed at the meeting today.
Is that 2 cups of coffee per day or per year?
Per day.
Per day?
No, a day.
A day?
A day.
That's quite a substantial increase.
No, it's only $9.
Yeah.
So, over a year, that's very little.
No, it's
anyway, moving on. A police pursuit ended in Dunedin with police netting a large amount of drugs. That was happened today. And a proposal to extend Queenstown's town centre zone to help fund a $328 million infrastructure project has been slammed as verging on mad science.
Wow.
Plus we have all the sports action, lots of Commonwealth Games action and everything else.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Barry. So you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Today's southern view is of a rainbow over Dunedin City. Looking at the situation, there is another cold day ahead with rain tomorrow and snow over higher ground as breezy southwesterlies develop. A clearance on Friday should lead to a mostly fine and milder weekend. Looking at the southern towns, Balclutha and Catlins can both expect freshening winds, rain and a high of 8. Inland Gore and Lumsden are in for strong winds, rain easing and a chilly high of 7. Central, everyone shivers in Central. Queenstown and Wanaka have moderate winds, snow showers with a high of 6. Te Anau can expect gusty winds, raining easing and a high of 7. And slightly nicer in Alexandra with moderate winds, some rain and a high of 8. Up to the northern towns, Oamaru and Timaru seem to be the places to be, with light winds, rain later on and a double-digit high of 11. Much more wintry inland, with Omarama and Twizel having to brace themselves for moderate winds. Snow showers and a high of 6 degrees. In Dunedin, it's going to be cloudy tonight with light winds developing and an overnight low of 5. It will stay cloudy tomorrow with periods of rain developing during the morning, moderate cold winds for most of the day and becoming strong at night, 10 and 7. Showers will be clearing and sunny periods increasing during the day on Friday with fresh gusty cold winds easing slowly, 10 and 7. And in Invercargill tonight you will see rain developing with moderate winds and an overnight low of 5. Rain continues on Thursday, easing to showers during the day and showers clearing at night coupled with fresh gusty cold winds, 8 and 5. Cloud will break and sunny periods increase on Friday with cold winds dying out, a high of 9 and a low of 1. And that's our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the Southern region, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a lovely evening. Take care, ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.